Consumer alert that could impact your dinner plans tonight. Tyson's Foods is recalling one type of chicken nuggets because they may have been contaminated with plastic. The recall affects Tyson fully cooked panko nuggets packed in 5-pound bags sold since November 26. Now, the company says a small number of people found tiny pieces of soft blue plastic in their chicken. Tyson says there are no reports of injuries.
A warning about the fruit juice you might be giving your children. New testing from Consumer Reports has found concerning levels of heavy metals like arsenic, cadmium, and lead in nearly half of the juices it tested. And those contaminants could increase the risk of behavioral problems, lower IQs, and other health risks. Here's what you need to know to protect yourself and your family. The Hinkson brothers don't drink a lot of fruit juice.
Normally they drink mostly water. They're very active, so we like to keep them hydrated, and the juices don't really do that for them.
CR tested 45 popular fruit juices sold across the country, including apple, grape, pear, and fruit blends, and found concerning levels of heavy metals in nearly half of them, including juices marketed for children who are especially vulnerable to the harmful effects of heavy metals.
Persistent exposure to these heavy elements, particularly early in a child's development, can have long-standing effects throughout their lives. Their respiratory systems, their neurological systems, their immune systems are all developing. And so having those exposures early in those ages can have very profound effect.
The American Academy of Pediatrics has long recommended limiting amounts of juice, mainly because it contains a lot of sugar, but American children still drink a lot of juice. In a recent survey of parents with young children, Consumer Reports found more than 80% give their kids juice, potentially exposing them to heavy metals. In CR's testing, it found 7 juices that contain enough heavy metals to potentially harm children who drink 4 ounces or more per day. An additional 9 juices pose risk to kids at 8 ounces or more per day. Lastly, CR found 5 juice boxes that pose a risk to children if they drink more than 1 per day. So how did these dangerous compounds get into our juice? Heavy metals are naturally found in the environment, but much of the heavy metals in food come from soil or water that's been contaminated through pollution, mining, or pesticides. So what can you do?
So we understand that there are a lot of foods out there that have traces of these heavy elements in them. So that's why it's really important to make sure that you feed your children a broad variety of fruits, vegetables, and other whole foods to ensure that you minimize your exposure.
And that includes drinking water.
We try to give them water so that they can learn to enjoy water.
Of the juice companies that did respond to Consumer Reports' request for comment, most said they did their own testing and adhered to all government regulations. Some also noted that heavy metals can be naturally occurring. A full list of the results of Consumer Reports juice testing is on our website, clickorlando.com/consumer.